प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, अमेज़न प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन?
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई, अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट, एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon Prime Video मजेदार local shows का भरमार TV channels भी
Ready everyone?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arunoday Esports Championship. Right now, it's going to be a match between Team Crux Requiem, and hey, it's going against them. Second.
It's gonna be BTs. Yes, he just want to
Yes.
say the Crux Requiem. I know. You just want to say the Crux Requiem part because you're a crucifix after all, right? But hey, understandable. But I would say that these two teams are definitely gonna be playing with their best because Crux, this is a best of 5 series that we have right now, and the first for the qualifiers. Whoever is able to win out in this best of 5 series, you know what it means? It means they're
They're
going
gonna
to the
go
LAN. Oh my
straight to
god.
the LAN.
That's what we're talking about. That's why we are very excited to see who's going to be coming out on top. So let's get right into the drafting phase because we have BTs and Kursukum. No. BTs will be into the first pick and Kursukum will be into the second pick. So what do you reckon are the bands going to be?
I believe the bans have already begun. We've got the Lancelot getting banned from the side of Team B teased. And hey, all honesty though, I try to actually pull up a little bit of a B teased tease. It didn't
You
come
want to
out.
tease?
No, Debbie. I meant
Okay.
I wanted to actually do that bit in the starting when I actually wanted to introduce them. I was like, wait, how do I do the best way possible? But well, it ended up being a complete fail. So apologies to everyone watching me, mess that up. But again, we've got Lancelot getting banned off. We're not going to see some Xing Xing here. But one thing that I want to mention is the fact that Zushin gets banned off from the side of Team Crux Requiem, a hero that can actually fit in any composition, any team fight, any team fight. She always has a spot there. I believe that any type of team would actually benefit from that hero. So that hero being banned is no brainer. I believe most people don't actually, they sleep on that ban, but hey, it's kind of a no brainer to ban her.
It's like it's also a quick Requiem thing most of the time. Ting, they usually want to ban away the Jushin most of the time, and whenever, even if they are on the blue side, they don't love the Jushin that much. But then again, this is also a big factor that they might want to go for a carry or a damage into the mid lane side into the hands of Nico, which can eventually be possible this time around because they are into the second pick. But then again, there's also one thing about BTs is that they always does not missed out banning onto the Xbox. So they are doing the same thing. I don't know if Lomsanga will be playing the Xbox or not, but it can be flex a little bit into the gold lane as well as the jungle too. So that is not the risk that they want to take. But I would be loving it if they are the one actually banning away all those good heroes. But Kursukum though, they ban out the Yuzong, they ban out the Grok. There's nothing much to say about these three heroes. This is always usually a good ban. So first pick for the side of BTs. What do you want to see? Is it gonna be a Neve, Yisensin, or something entirely different?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like the mages might actually just get priority, but again, noticing that we've got like Xborg, Kalea, and also a Lancelot getting banned off, I believe that the side of Team BTs are gonna probably go for something along the lines of Frydran or Boxia, some utility-based junglers that actually might be, a little bit in a pickle if at all Xborg gets picked off. So I think either it's gonna be, a respect ban like you mentioned, or it could be that possibility where the utility jungler might be prioritized from the side of Team BTs. So I'm not really confident as to what they're actually thinking right now, but they go for the Gatok Catcha. Good flex pick, but mostly played in the roam position nowadays. Nobody really plays on the EXP.
That's why it's always gonna be the room. But I 2 weeks ago I would like the Gatot in the first pick. But this time, the Sora and the Valentina was a supposedly better choice for the side of BTS now. There's also one factor that the Valentina and the Sora always has to be picked together because if they do not, the Valentina will be going into the hands of BTS again. So it will be like, second option for them. So this is definitely going to be a flex coming through, but the Cloud already picked up by BTS the first time that I'm liking their draft coming through. The Lapu Lapu already here. The carry is a direct answer for a Cloud into the lane. I don't know about the team fights because it always depends on to the team how the setup is going on. But into the laning phase, the fighter emblem carry is always going to be winning out against the Cloud. It's coming down onto the micro as well. But the Sora is going to be still a flex because I've seen once into the jungle, but I hope it's not into the jungle. I do hope that it can go into the laning phase against the Lapu Lapu, which is going to be the XP laner side. But then again, you got to have to be careful. Sora is not the best laner, but outside of the lane, he is a menace.
Look, sometimes I realize that some people don't really know how to play Sora, especially not in the tanky form, because they take a few seconds to use the second skill before they actually, commit to that whole thing. The moment they use the
Mm-hmm.
ultimate and then the second skill, you do realize he actually has a wind-up animation. He goes back and then jumps forward, so
Yeah.
he's still gonna catch people. So even if you play him in the EXP lane, something that you actually
Mm-hmm.
are sleeping on is the fact that Sora can catch people regardless of, if you want to wait a second or not, you could just do it instantly. But look at that. We've got the second banning phase coming through as fast as I was actually talking about Sora. We've got Hayabusa Fredrin getting banned from the side of Team BTs. We've got Crux Requiem going for the Yeet and the Joy. These heroes do have a special place in the meta, but look at someone who's actually stomping the meta. Aaliyah Mord with the rework is absolutely terrifying.
Not to forget that the clearance onto the jungle crypt has been increased by 200%, which means that the farming phase is gonna be definitely fast. But there's also one thing that I would like to say about CRQ is that they are usually a team who would rather go for the Fanny rather than the Leomord. But it's loving, it's good to see that they are adjusting to the meta. They are going for the Leomord, which means that they will be trying to go for a little bit of an early game damage. They have the Leomord already, they have the Valentina already. So that means they want to have that mid control. Onto the other side, the BTs, they pull out the Suyo, not a bad pick against the Leomord, but not the very best either. But which means that this also means that they want to go for those double marksman composition. So they have to drag this game into the later part. But most of the time when you see a Valentina together with any roam, it can come through with the Kalea too. Doom plays the Kalea or the Khalid too. I don't know if he wants to play the Khalid either, but they should be winning out onto the mid lane side. The prio is going to be there. Wow, it's going to be the Cho instead. When we talk about the pickoff, I would focus on the Kalea rather than the Cho, but that's his specialty. Alright, onto the Cho.
Man, I'm already seeing Cho getting picked. When is Argus gonna get picked, dude? This guy never gets any spotlight.
Nope,
Jokes
never.
aside, jokes aside, I believe that Kimmy getting picked after the Leomord is a hit or miss. It kind of works if
Mm-hmm,
you've got the
mm-hmm.
second skill to stall him. It might not work if you don't actually hit it and Liam Ward just gets a free pass to get all the damage that he wants on your face. But again, like you
Yep.
mentioned, Suyu might not just be the best counter for Liam Ward, but he's a good option against a Liam Ward composition, especially when, the sided team, yeah, Crux Requiem don't really have that much tankiness except apart from the Cho and the Sora. So if a Suyu gets into the backline, he is going to melt people down with regardless of whatever the sided team Crux Requiem have in store for him. But well, we also do have the Lapu Lapu and the Gatok Catcher to pair well with the Kimi for frontline
Mm-hmm.
assault, I believe. The Claude is always a bonus, always welcome. But hey, I like the side of team BTs and their whole lineup. I'm not really confident as to what Crux Requiem might actually be thinking right now, so I can't really
Mm-hmm.
have a say in the matter. But hey, they might just win this.
They might just do it too because they have been gathering out of the comfort zone, trying to go for a little bit of a sneak peeks here and there. But let's see how game number one is going to be looking like, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the land of Dawn. A lot of pressure already built up into the mid lane side. That's going to be Jet XD onto the Gartot versus Array onto his comfort hero. So we will have to see, how the early game win is going to be looking like because the Lethal Wanderer might actually be secured by Lomsanga. Look at that.
Crux Requiem getting the advantage so early on, dude, that means Liam Ward's gonna get himself level 4 before, obviously Su Yu gets his level 4, but it doesn't really matter. Su Yu literally relies on level 3 at best. You don't
Mm-hmm.
really need the level 4. It's a bonus, of course, and after the turtle fight, objective fights, obviously you need the retribution higher leveled, but whoa,
Yep.
look at that sidestep with a battle mirror image from Claude, dude. He's just dodging whatever carry he has to dish out. Carry kind of losing his lane. Nobody's rotating to the top
Nah,
side of the map, so it's going to be fine for her just now, like for now at least. But I
for now.
believe Crux Requiem really need to focus on what they're actually doing. I feel I have this a whole thing against this composition. I think it's a poke and run, but it all depends on how they actually play it.
One thing that I'm pretty sure about Lakat Matatak is that he's usually a pro lane freezer. He usually go for the freeze onto the lane most of the time. So even if he lose out into the early game, right, he's gonna be going for those sneaky freezes. So they might eventually try to capitalize on that and do not go for the ganks, but they might eventually try to go for the first turtle hill because apparently the first turtle is very important for Elioma because that's where the stampede is gonna be starting for him. Early snowball and you'll be able to have all the damages done. And this time around, BTs, look at that.
We've got the Kimmy's ultimate, but it's going to be
Wow.
Staz that's going to get the turtle with the retribution. We've got Sora getting the kill on Suyu. Oh my god, these names get me confused. But look at that Lapu Lapu getting taken down,
27?
even in the bravest fighter
Oh
form. Longsanga getting the final kill, and that team fight just ended in a horrible, horrible mistake for the side of Team BTs, man. Even though they got the first turtle, it does not matter. Crux Requiem came up on top. They've got the gold advantage too. Also, one thing that I want to mention is the fact that you're saying the name wrong. Well, you are saying it right. I mean, oh, look at that. Valentina jumping inside the tier 2, taking the kill on Kimmy, but loses his life in the progress. ZXD getting the kill. Lakat Matatag is not just a word or a name. It's an emotion. It's a Filipino caster's dream.
Yeah.
Because that guy, well, I mean, I forgot the name of the caster, but it was a Dota 2 reference. Lakat Matatag! No, wait, well, look at that. Correction.
Okay, I see what you did there.
Oh, he gets away. I think he does not have range. Kimmy's not going to be able to get the kill, but Sora is definitely going to get the kill. Lapu Lapu getting taken down.
Oh my goodness, that was a whole lot of team fight that we are seeing right there. Spread it and scattered all along the places. And I think that might eventually be still good for BTs here because they are not losing everything, but they did lose out onto the XP later. And most of the time, we know when you see a Sora against a Lapu Lapu, you might not want to fight him. You might want to wait for it, but top lane though, that's gonna be stunned.
We've got the carry using the ultimate. He's not going to actually, get much of a advantage with that one, but he's gonna stay alive. Okay.
He's gonna, yeah, it's okay. It's okay for him because this time around, I think he popped out onto the, he does have the flicker still, but onto the mid lane though. Look at that, Nico. What? Mid lane?
Nico getting taken down. It's gonna be Array, but look at that. We've got the Sora's ultimate, but Lapu Lapu's immune. He's got the stun. Oh, there goes Luffy doing a bunch of punches. I mean, oh my god, look at that. We've got a flicker. He's gotten himself into a bad position. I think he's going to be taken out pretty easily, but we've got 2 losses from the side of Team Crux Requiem. The gold gap has been taken to the side of Team BTs. I don't think Lakat Matatag is going to be able to survive if he actually engages for now, so it's a bad decision. Kimmy is not going to get caught either. So I think right now it's a bad decision for actually, Nico to engage in that, but, that much. He's overextended, so I believe that both of these teams really need to play it a little safer. They've lost the advantage for Requiem, I mean.
That's true. This is why you have to be very careful. Jet Hex cancelling out onto the stuns right there with the dash that he had right now. So this is definitely going to be a free turtle for the side of Kursukum here. It's going to be a traction pulse, but I don't think they'll be able to engage anytime soon right now. But top lane though, I think he have the BMI for Nong, so it's definitely going to be okay. Top lane.
We've got the AOG, we've got a few skills, we've got Nong getting taken down by Mr. Sora himself. I can't pronounce the name. Liam Ward's ultimate, he's mounted on the horse, the abyssal skin looking amazing, but that's about it. You got a flashy skin, trying to hit the Gato Catcher inside the tower, nothing else. But look at that, we've got the gold rankings right now.
Yeah. I think Nong is still going to be up to the top because that is the card we are talking about. He's able to have that mobility and try to get that good farm. But I think Lakan is also not far behind. So it's still going to be okay for the side of Kursukum if they want to go for that late game kind of scaly competition here. But look at that ton.
Oh, that little delay actually didn't get Gatot an opening to escape because there was already taking down ZXD. Not very good if you actually really want to have positioning right now. Team Crux Requiem standing on top. Not much of a difference though.
If you want to pronounce the name of the Sora, you either have to be very stylish on the 27, right? That is the 27. Yeah, that's the guy. He's still the same guy, right? Yeah, it's 27. He's just being stylish, but look at that styling array. Oh my goodness, that was a big blunder, my dude. Another 20 seconds is gonna be waiting for the stats to come through. No pick off for now. The BTs has to be. I think the pressure is gonna be going down just a little bit for them, but it's still an okay wasted on the resources right now. But maybe array though, he might be overstaying just a little bit. I think.
Man, I just realized it's actually 27.
27. Yes, that's what I was talking about.
27.
27. Mm-hmm.
27. Not gonna say 7. It's Kevin.
27. Yeah. I mean, that is a stylish version of 27, right? So it can be pronounced anyway. He's just forcing us to pronounce it in a British style.
He's just making the life of casters harder. Look at that traction pulse
Yeah.
hitting the turtle, destroying, dismantling any armor the turtle even had. I mean, what else can I say, dude? That didn't hit anybody.
And it's not worth it for them after all. But Kaz though, I think he have hold on the retribution here again. Lomsang are not
look at
using
that!
the retribution. Look at that.
The beautiful immunity from Su Yu. He's able to actually escape. We've got Lomsanga getting the turtle with the retribution. We've got him using the ultimate too. We've got Luffy jumping into the air.
Wow.
I mean, not Luffy, Sora, but he's just gonna punch. That's gonna be Sora getting taken down. Sora, not a good decision, but Nong is gonna get taken out too. Crux
Okay.
might be him losing people one by one, but again, it doesn't really matter. The gold gap is kind of like the same almost. They got the turtle, but they lost a few members, 3 in fact.
This is actually very bad for Kurtsukan rather. That's not the fight that they were actually should be taken, because BTs right now, they were scattered all across the places, and if you look at the position of Kurtsukan there, they were focusing and targeting on 3 different members. You don't want to do that, and that is also the reason why they were losing out onto that. Look at.
Oh my god, Lakat Matatag was completely sidestepped with that one. He didn't have any response for that. 3 people in the bot lane, he was taken out.
That was actually unfortunate for him. He did have the flicker, but what can you do when you are stunned down with the attraction pulse as well? But they might, for CRQ, they might want to trade that out into the mid lane side, trying to get out the mid lane turret too. I think they can do it. 27 though, I think he's trying to dive in into the backlines yet again and again. He's been such a menace. Look at them.
Three
Look at
people.
that.
3 people getting caught by Sora. He's got the punches ready, but no follow-up. Dude, 27, what? No,
What?
no, he's gone. Starboy Go-Go gets the kill on 27. No way. Array getting
my.
caught off guard. He's got some stunned. We've got the traction pulse missing, but a lot of resources have been wasted to take down 27 and Array. We've
Nong?
got Liam Ward
Okay.
jumping in onto the back line. We've got Nong getting taken down by Liam Ward. Nonetheless, he's going to get a double kill. Lamsanga is not stoppable. He's going for that one more, but I don't think he's going to actually follow up on that. Lakat Matadag,
Wow.
though, he's going to be the one clearing up all of the, remaining enemies. 2 people down, and CAZ, no response to that, dude. Crux Requiem dominated that fight.
Yeah, they did. It looked like it could have gone very bad for 27 there, but he did made all the set and wasted away a lot of resources for the side of BTs, and he did open up a lot of vision for the team as well. And now they could go for the re-engage, because they know that the resources weren't available for the side of BTs here. So it became in favor for them. And there's also one thing that you can trade out your life as an XP laner to try to get at least a half a wipeout from the other side. And I think most of the kills going into the hands of Lakat is eventually in favor for them. Look at that, he's going at it again, joining them away from the Lord, which means Lomsanga will be able to take it so freely now. I think CRQ will be able to have a good momentum onto those map right now, but then again, BTs, they have a Claude who is so good in clearance, and plus the Kimmy too.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? What 27 did there, I mean, I'm just gonna go with that joke now. What he did there, he was actually just like zoning the enemies out, yeah? So the enemies actually, believe that all of the enemies are actually congregated around that area. So they didn't actually make an engage, but it's only 27 that was actually in the turtle in the Lord area. I'm so bad at this. It was only him that was there in the Lord area, and well, it just gave the illusion that the enemies were already taking the Lord, and only Liam Ward was enough to take it. But look at that, we've maybe got an engage, we've got Array using the Way of the Dragon, we've got no follow-up, we've got now a follow-up, but Traction Pulse catches 2. It's not gonna. It's gonna be immune by obviously Shinbo. Cho doesn't really have any problems with immuning any crowd control that comes to his face, but we all know that.
One thing that I'm actually very concerned, or like I find it funny, is that Doom is so well played on those well versed onto those pick off heroes, right? But he's more comfortable onto the Joe rather than the Kalea. Oh my goodness, 27, man, you got to be careful though. I think he is always able to dive into the backline most of the time, which kind of made it a little bit harder for the side of BTs to be, to be around into the back and try to go for those back and forth competition, which they cannot really do this right now. But then again, Coach Rookham, I think it's very important that they are able to turn the tide around just because of that one play made by 27 onto the Sora. You don't usually have that momentum when you are behind. But now they have the Lord, they have the goal lead, they have everything into their favor right now. They are looking for taking out the last outer turret onto the bottom lane side.
Oh yes, they are, but I don't think those are gonna be.
The-
Look at that AOG connecting onto the choke, but I don't think that's actually a good idea. Sora connecting his
Oh,
ultimate with that tanky form. Nong trying to actually get the back. Well, there's
Oh.
Julia Thomas getting the kill onto 27, and Lamsanga now caught in a bad position. He's trying to run away. He's using his horse.
Okay.
Horse has disappeared on him. He's like, nah, dude, I'm not dealing with this. You got yourself into trouble. My fault.
Not his fault, so he's died out there. I think Longsanga is so used to playing for those kind of assassins that he always goes to the backline most of the time, and he did just that with the Leomord too, and I think it didn't favor for him. But Are,
Oh, that's not a bad decision from their end. I don't think. Wait.
Oh.
I think there's a little bit of
That
an
was
issue
cool.
here. Yeah, my bad. There was a little bit of an issue with my Discord. It just froze for a second. And we've got visual, guys. We're back. AOG with the Valentina taking it away. I don't think that's actually a good idea. We've got a 4-man setup from 27. That's going to be Starboy Go getting the kill on 27 though. But we might have a follow-up from his team. Lapa getting taken down by Lakat Matag. We've got Lamsanga getting the kill.
Wow.
And Starboy getting 2 kills. Oh no, wait. We've got right now Starboy Go zoning out Lamsanga. That is going to be a big problem. That Starboy Go is the biggest kryptonite for Lamsanga right now, because I believed, it could be a hit or miss, but now it's a hit 24/7.
hit. Actually true. That is also the reason why he cannot go for the chase, because he's getting slowed down all the time. And with the Sky Bracer too for the hands of Starboy Go, that is eventually gonna be stacking up to all the time too. And there's also one fact that Lamsanga decide which target you're gonna be fully committing on. If he commit fully on to the Claude, which is Nong, he would have had 1 kill. 1 hit was all it takes, and he just went and redirect his target onto the other side, which did not favor him at all. Because I feel like no matter what happens, the goal laner should be the priority to take down, because it is a Claude after all. And the longer he stays alive, the more he's going to be getting the farm. And I also think that he already got the Swift Trinity, because it's already 40 minutes of the game. This means that he's going to be having more damage than usual. And they also have to be very careful on how their carry and where his positioning is going to be, because he's going to be the main damage sources. And I think that's where the importance lies now. The Lord is marching to the mid lane side. Look at that.
Taunt. We've got a taunt onto the Sora, but we've got a flicker. 27 making a good set, but misses by an inch. We've got 27 getting taken out. Now Nong trying to make a little play there. He's gonna get taken out, but he's not gonna actually fall down fast enough. Well, he's got to kill Lakat Matadog. Everyone from the side of Team Crux Requiem trying to keep some distance between them. I think both of the teams know this, and they're actually kind of like going back. BT's going back to defend.
This is actually, I feel like, it sometimes gets a little too high of a pressure coming through from the side of Costa Rica, because they usually go in without much of a connection. They could have communicated just a little bit better, because 27, of course, the engages were fine. It's fully committed. But if you wanna go in, you wanna go all in. That could have been worth it for them. Nico wasn't ready, I feel like, and Lakat, I think he was a little bit far behind, but it's because of the dive coming through from the Cloud. Nong always onto him, that makes him die most of the time. And I think they have to be very careful onto that too. And it would be better if Lakat is able to buy out onto the Wind of Nature, because the Claude damage is like, it's something he can't handle into the later part of the game, even though with the fighter emblems that he have brought onto the table. But then again, look at that array.
We've got a Way of the Dragon with a flicker, and we've got the traction
Wow.
actually catching one person. ZXD is going to be taken out. AOG getting stolen by Valentina. CAZ getting taken now. We've got a follow up from the side of Team Crux Requiem. We've got Lumsong
Wow.
one more kill, 2 more kills, and that's probably going to be the third one. No, it's going to be Nico getting the kill on Starboy Go-Go. That's going to be a wipeout for the side of Team BT's first victory for the side of Team Crux Requiem, and that team fight said it all.
It's a TikTok, man. It was a TikTok coming through from Doom. Yeah, I went
You're
off
absolutely
because
right.
I was so flabbergasted with the words. I'll be back. I'll be back in a second. But hey, amazingly well done for the last fight that we can see right there from Doom. I think Ray onto the he's been onto the throw. He's been kicking. More targeting onto the gutter rather than anyone else. Because in different scenario, you would have thought that. Nah, that target was weird. But in this case, they have a carry who is a shredder, and it's also a tank a shredder, so you can go for that. And this is also the reason why they went for it too. And the silent killer of the game has to be Nico, man. He's so accurate onto the AOZ. And that's not his own AOZ, by the way. That is a stolen AOZ most of the time. And even if he dive in, he can go out because of the mobility that he have with the Valentina. This is the prior of a Valentina. Why it is so much prior? Because of the mobility that it have and the damages that it can provide also into the later part of the game. And I think this is also the reason why he was providing a lot of spacing for him. And even when 27 tries to go in most of the time, there might be a failed engagements, right? But when the initiations are on point and whenever everyone is ready, they pull it off. And into the last part, we can see they pull it very, very well off.
Well, now that you mention it, all right, Valentina does have a get out of jail card. If she commits fully
Yeah.
with a good ultimate, like the AOG, obviously, penalty zone, I could think about multiple ultimates that she could copy and literally just like turn the tides. Or if needed, she could just get out of there with a get out of jail free card with her second skill. It's got 2 dashes for free. How does that
Free,
make
man.
sense?
And then you when you have your stacks on, you get another crowd control again. How that hero is completely disgusting, man. And that's also the reason why it's much more prior, right?
True.
So let's see how it's looking like here for the game here. This is where the highlights should be on to the 27 here, because I feel like he was focusing on Tenong, but the BMI comes in handy. This is also the one of the reason why that the Claude is always a first choice, right? Because of that
Absolutely.
mobility that he have and the AOE that he provides.
Oh, but look at that. We've got Sora showing T Chabid getting taken out again. I think that's not actually appropriate for me to say, but well, it is what it is, man. He had to deal with a lot of taken outs because obviously he was a little too far ahead from his team most of the time. But he did set up for good kills. Like this one, we've got a good set from him, and that was a good takedown on the Gata Kacha.
The Gato is always like, I think the Gato is more useful for CRQ rather than for BTs, because this is also, because Nico has been actively stealing onto the AOZ, and he's been making sets all the time. And here, the fight, and this is a fight that CRQ lose because they were scattered all over the places, and they did not have one target. They have multiple targeting. If they have put the target onto Nong specifically, they could have, put more pressure onto him and take him down. And then when he is gone, they could have the secondary targeting onto Starboy as well. That could have happened here. But onto the other side here, the way Nico was able to survive, this was so close. And I don't think Nong even spotted him, right?
Look at that. Right now is when the horse abandons the
Yeah,
Amork.
yeah.
Look at that. The poor guy had to run away. Oh, dude, this fight was absolutely crucial. It was absolutely crucial because this actually paced the game for the side of Team Crux Requiem. Even
Yeah.
though, obviously, Starboy, Go actually had the advantage here. He
Mhm.
got a few kills, but that allowed CRQ to get the Lord for free. And, well, look at that beautiful Way of the Dragon flicker from the show. Last fight of the game that led to, no, not last fight, the last few fights, obviously, but that led to a beautiful
Yeah, this
set
one.
from the side of Team Crux Requiem.
Mhm.
They had a beautiful advantage, and they took it completely without any hesitation. 5 people, 5 wipes.
It doesn't matter because they have like double layers of crowd controls, and
Oh, back to the
plus
first one.
the AOZ that they provide also. I think the last fight that happened for them was amazingly well done by Array also, because I think he also knows that the AOZ is gonna be the main factor for the side of BTs, and he kicked out the guy who is definitely gonna be the main setter here. And Gato is so good when you wanna defend onto those lord as well, and it's kind of a turn around of events most of the time with the AOZ that he sets upon. So I think this is also the reason why they take it off first and then try to go for the the next conquest as well, which will eventually make them win out onto the game too. So maybe there's also the second game and time around. I think there's also BTs who might eventually try to get a different hero onto their vicinity, because I don't think the cloud was a problem. The cloud did really really well, but they need a perfect combination of sets, which can happen here. Player of the match though, this is gonna be Lomsanga, not Array, onto the Leomord. That is gonna be a 45% damage dealt with 76% KP, Crooks.
KP,
It's
man,
Lomsanga, by
kill
the way.
participation, not kill steal. I mean, no, KS. My bad. My slow ass brain is actually considering KP as kill steal for some reason. Apologies,
Wow, okay.
guys. But yes,
He is.
absolutely amazing gameplay from Leo Mort. Obviously, he's very tanky, especially in the mounted state. Again, this guy really might need a little bit of a hot patch, a hot fix for the damage that he's dealing with the passive. But hey, in the
Mhm.
end of the day, people are using him for to the fullest advantage that they actually can. He's not that overpowered, but he might actually just need to be tuned out a little bit. The
Mm,
hero, not the player, the hero. Just
the
clarify.
player needs to be, I think, Lomsanga needs to, yeah, do a starlight play. I'm joking, bro. I think most of the time you usually see him onto those assassin heroes, never the fighters. But actually, I'm proud of him that he's able to play the early game very well, because onto a Leomord, you want to play that early game. You want to have that early game lead, get all of those items very early on, especially the Hunter's Shrine, so that you'll be able to have the movement speed as well as the penetration that can come in handy when you go for the Phantom Steed most of
Absolutely.
the time. Yeah, and two damage item is already enough with the endless battle, and then you can go for a full defense, and you're also gonna be dealing a decent amount of damage as well. And that is also the reason why the Limward has been very important. I don't think it's like you said, it's not a broken hero, but it's still dependent on the team whether they can perform into the early game or not. And I also feel that the first turtle that they were able to take and make them lead that much more. But also BTs,
I
they
wouldn't.
have good response, right? But then they can't capitalize onto that because 27, the hidden talent there, he's been creating a lot of mess for the back lines.
True, but I wouldn't actually, accredit the whole idea of 27. No, not 27. I mean, Lamsongo actually dominating the game with the first turtle, dude. Because obviously they did lose a few people here and there when they were taking
Yeah,
objectives. It was always a,
yeah,
dance between both of these teams. They did lose a few numbers here and there in terms of gold, but I don't think that is particularly the reason why they actually won. I believe that the teamwork from the side of Team CRQ, the fact that 20 Kevin was able to actually bait
hmm,
out a lot of spells even if it cost him
that's
his
what.
life. Good decisions, but well, the follow-up from his team was much more important, and I think I saw that more. I'm gonna be very honest with you, I didn't think the Gaza Gacha was a very good pick. It would have
I
been
don't
if it
think.
was in the hands of Nico, but sadly it wasn't. ZXD, it really has to play a little more safer if he does,
Hmm.
well, he did make a few slip ups here and there, but it's not some chaotic slip ups. He was taken by the way of the dragon very randomly, was taken out a few times. That was not the best course of action, but hey, it's his decision. He plays the game, all on him. But again, I think it would have actually benefited them to pick heroes like Minotaur or something like that. I think that would have actually been better. Just my
That's
opinion.
why I kind of, it's like it's true, because no matter what we say, Gatot is usually the one who is gonna be going for the secondary reaction, the secondary sets. It's usually so dependent on what the experience is gonna be bringing onto the table. That's why it's working well for CRQ rather than for BTs, because that Nico's AOZ has been a secondary option. It's like 27, you go in the first, go for the sets, and then I'll follow up with those sets. And Doom has been reliant on trying to go for those pick off instead. because he's the initiator. Most of the time, it's more of the pick off, not the crowd control sets. That's why it's kind of hard to play against those big amount of layers of crowd control that they have. So it's important that they'll be able to bait out at least one. But then again, even if they bait out one, they're going to be wasting other resources as well. But looking at the items build so far, I think the Claw did pretty good into the early stages of the game. Nong was able to win out onto the lane as well and try to get all of those items on time. But then again, they lost out a lot of members, and then losing out onto the goal means that he wasn't able to have the perfect item. No penetration for him, which means that he's not gonna be able to get out those damages onto the front line, and even though he dive into the back lines, he's kind of lacking uh onto the range as well, because he wasn't able to build out onto the malefic gun too.
I agree with you, man. But look, I'm gonna just point it out. Okay, the fact that Valentina had like a full damage build, like, and the moment she actually uses the AOG, which actually again, scales with magic damage, that's
Mhm.
going to do a huge
Yeah.
amount of damage. And let's just face it, dude, that's like a nuke dropping from the sky.
That's a big ball of magic damage coming through from this guy as well. This is why we're always talking about how much of a potential it is more for Crooks rather than for BTs. But I think the Suya kind of fell off into the later part of the game because he cannot really find the right opportunity to dive in. This is why I also kind of, did not really favor the Suya most of the time. But then again, what else choices that they have? Because there were so many heroes being banned away, especially into the jungle. Against the Lermo, I think, if they played out the Fanny and go for the further lanes, it could have been better. But I just realized 27 is actually 360 onto the scoring, but he have the most impact in the game.
Well, let's just face it, dude. This guy was an absolute unit. He was wasting up all the resources for the side of Team B teased. And let's just face it, dude. Lapu Lapu or no Lapu Lapu, this guy, I think this guy is actually, he knows what he's doing. He got his
Yeah.
Esmeralda on like another level. He's got like, the Lapu Lapu too. I've seen him play Lapu Lapu. And now I'm
Yep.
playing, seeing him play Sora like this. Like, holy crap, bro. You actually know what to do with the EXP later. Big
And
respect.
that's a big respect that I have for the dude. Not because he's, yeah, never mind, because he looks like Hoon anyway. I'm always gonna bring that out somehow, because look at that, he looks like Hoon, no, onto the Sora.
Fair enough.
Right,
That's
27.
resemblance. No, 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 no,
Anyway,
no. We are not calling him
okay,
27. We're calling him 27. Period.
27. Yeah, that is a.
Exactly.
Mhm. I
We're gonna
think that
stick
is
to
the
that.
goal for the guy too. Like he wants us to have a little bit of a difficult time trying to pronounce his name. So why not butcher it? No.
Exactly. And even if you're not gonna do it, I'm just gonna call it
Okay.
27 from now.
And also one thing that Lakat has been going through a lot of name changes, right? If you remember DNS, he's Gami, by the way, and what was the previous name
Oh.
again? Breastplate, Gami, and then he came with the number thingy with the name again, and then he came with a different one now, Lakat Matatak, and yeah, onto the carry. I think he's still the same guy, so it's okay. But anyway, okay, this is the updated version, 3609, not a zero, it's a nine. So yeah,
Oh, yeah, that
accuracy.
makes more
Yeah,
sense, dude. I was like,
yeah,
whoa. Dude, this guy
that's what I
actually
was.
made a lot of glitches. Man, what?
Yeah, we got gaslighted.
It's back to
Not
zero.
cool.
What?
It's a 36369, I presume, because there's no way he's gonna be 360, dude. Because they have a
Fair
total of
enough.
21 kills, and then they have a lot of their side also. But one thing I would like to say is that the fighter emblem coming through from both of the marksmen is making them stay alive for a long time. But then the little bit change that we can see is that the Claude Nong is actually onto the Swift, right? And then Lakat is onto the penetration. So that is also the reason why he kind of went out into the lane again. But head to head, both of the MVPs that we can see, Starboy Go Go. I think into the end of the game, he also had like 30 BT stacks, and it ended there because he was taken down again. But Lomsanga onto the other side, very, very well preserved with the Leomord. That's only once.
Damn, dude, the guy actually got taken down once. I'm surprised. I thought he would be taken down more often, especially with the lineup
Yeah.
from the side of team he teased. I believe that he was gonna get taken out more than a few times. I wouldn't actually just, put him down there like that, but he only got taken down once, which is like huge
Hey, we can
praise
do that,
there.
man. It's okay. It's okay. You can do
Hey,
that.
hey, I'm not his horse, okay? I'm not his horse. I'm not gonna just let him down, man.
Oh, I can let him down though because Lomsanga, every time he plays, I don't see him getting taken down like, less than 3 times. He always dies like 3 times, right? And then this is very exciting because he's won this. And anyway, the main the winger of the game was Nico actually onto the Valentina. Of course, we know Valentina as a bit of a utility into the mid side, but he has been very consistent onto this game today, and then he is able to play out that game very well. The combination coming through from him and Array is also up to the par here. We usually say that Lakat and Doom they have a that Arunachal connection, man, and they pull it off.
I'm not really sure about that. I'm not from Arunachal Pradesh, but I know one thing for sure. What second game is going on the way,
What?
and Valentina is gonna get banned. Oh, it is. Dude, my God, I can see the future. Holy cow.
Oh my god, Sora's coming through, isn't it? Okay. So Beatist, they can ban the Sora and the Lancelot, or even the Fanny if they must, but they could ban away the Yuzhong as well. But one thing's for sure is that I'm kind of surprised that CRQ completely ignored the Hilda and put up the Cho. So this time around, maybe they can pull up the Hilda into the hands of Doom Array because he's so good on those annoying heroes, like the Grok, the Khalids, the Cho, and the Hildas. So that is a very good option for him. But oh well, that's gonna be the Jushin again being banned away by the side of BTs. Such a red side ban, I would say.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm seeing two heroes that were banned in the same position as the previous game. Well, three now,
Yeah.
but in a different position. Like the first ban from the side of Team Red is Sushin for both games. Kalea, second ban from both, games. Blue team. I believe that it's kind of confusing me, but hey, it is what it is. I think it's actually a system bug. I mean, not system bug. I mean,
Their system, their head. Well, anyway, I think the Yuzong is what we always predict to be banned away whenever there is a red side hero. I've never seen 27 onto the Yuzong anymore. Once or twice it is there, but hey, this whenever they are onto the blue side, they are not the one banning away. It's always going to be banned away. Yisenshin coming through from the side of CRQ. Surprising enough, they are the one who actually wants to usually plays the Yisenshin rather than the side of BTs, but it's okay. They don't want another jungle to be into the hands of a CAG again. So what could be a ban here? They can ban out the Grog or Sora. BTs? What
Sora
is it? Sora.
goes.
Okay. This can be a Grog or an Eve for Crooksrookham or Hilda.
It's possible, but there's also options for other heroes too. Give me one moment.
Oh, Eve. Okay.
I seem to be getting a little bit of a. Yeah, I'll be right back.
You can reload it. It's always the system, not us. Well, okay. I see that the Eve is always going to be picked away. It's so much prior, but now that the Eve is picked away, the Grog is completely let go by the side of CRQ, which I kind of wanted to see into the hands of Array, but it's going to be. And to the other side, ZXD, he loved playing the Grok too, so letting go of that Grok is very expensive. So Grok and the Lancelot already being picked away. Very, very solid choices coming through from the side of BTs. So Crooks Requiem, talking about Crooks, Crooks is back. That's it.
Hello,
Pun intended.
hello.
There we go. Claude, very prio under the hands of Black Cat. I don't see much under the Claude, but this is gonna be at the tech speed meta, so he ought to put it off. And the Gatot, Array used to claim that he is a Gatot one trick. Let's see how well it works against the Claw, against the Grok.
Hey, man, I think the Grok is going to have an upper hand. Well, mainly because this guy actually has a very, good setup in terms of the tectonic charge, obviously. AOG does have a hard time connecting on a heroes like Lancelot and all that, so I believe it's going to be very hard for, Array to actually pull this off. But I'm seeing, Farsa getting picked in the mid lane. Why would you
Farsa.
do that if there's a Gato catcher in the enemy team? I'm confused. Forgive me.
There's also a fact that it's not just the Gato, the Claude is a dive marksman, so you might. But the Claude and the Farsa has a love and hate situationship, because it's
Whoever gets the
either
first
for
pick.
the Farsa, Farsa you have to miss, right? You missed and then you're dead. And also for Claude, you get stunned and you're dead. But it cannot become both a counter of each other. But seriously, the Farsa is there for the side of BTs just because they want to outrange the Eve, which can work well for them. But then again, for the side of Kurtsukum, they need a dive carry banned away very good. But Fredrin also taken away by the side of BTs. I don't know if Lomsanga plays the utility, so I don't think that is a good ban. But for BTs instead, what could they ban here? Do they ban Hayabusa or a Fanny? Oh wow, they banned Joy instead.
I'm not surprised though. I mean, Joy could actually easily catch the back line. I think Farsa might actually be in trouble. That would force the Grok to actually, babysit the Farsa, make sure that she's safe. So that would actually put a big dent in their whole formation. I believe that the Joy being out there, like out of the band, like out of the picking, the picking pool is actually a good decision from the side of Team BTs. But yeah, I do agree with you on the Fredrin ban. I don't understand why they would actually go for that. I mean, it is a soft counter to
Yeah.
the Lancelot, obviously, but the Lancelot, again, it's just a soft counter. Lancelot could always use
Mm.
the Thorned Rose and immune it, like the taunt, obviously, or anything of the kin. I think Lancelot might actually just be okay around the gap, Fredrin. But well, it's soft counter again. It's not necessarily something that you really need to ban, but from the side of Team Crux Requiem, they are definitely, cutting off the pool of marksmen or gold laners for the side of Team BTs, and it's looking pretty dire for them. They need a really strong gold laner, but they do pick up the EXP laner, which is going to be
Oh,
nice.
I think it's good. I think it's solid. The at least I kind of wanted them to go for a high AOE, and the Elise is good against the Claude. You can always run to him onto his BMI whenever it's necessary, and they also have a good set already with the Croc. So this is very solid coming through from the side of BTs. So they need to have an answer for the side of Kirkstrom here. They already have 2 damage dealing potential. They can still go for the Fanny, but oh whoa, never mind. It's gonna be a Leomord. This guy do not want to play the Fanny anymore, is it? Because he already have the Leomord into his hero pool. But 27, this time around will be on to the Arlot. A good set potential for him. So be teased. What can there be available for them? Marksman, right? Moskov. Do you want a Moskov in this comp? Because there's already an Eve.
I don't think so.
Granger. Granger against the Gatot. What do you think?
Well, from the marksman pool, I believe the carry would have been the best option, obviously, because you can
Yeah,
get people down,
it's
especially
Ben.
like Liam Moore. Obviously in the mounted state, Liam Ward gets double like, the physical defense that he already has 70, I believe.
Uh,
So I think Carry would have actually been a good option, but like you mentioned,
oh,
we've got
okay.
Granger getting picked onto the side of Team BT's the final pick, and we've got now both of these teams after they're done picking. I believe Crux Requiem really know what they're doing. They've got the final slash, they've got the
Mm.
RWM, they've got the AOG, a good number of sets. They've got even the Blazing Duet from the Claude. I believe that, that might actually just be a big problem for the side of Team BT's to actually take it into a team fight. However, the tectonic charge just might be a game changer for them. I believe that
Yep.
the Alice does also have a lot of advantages against most of the heroes from the side of Team Crux Requiem. So they do
Mhm.
have options to actually counter the side of Team Crux Requiem. But again, it's all a matter of what they actually do in between the game. Micro matters, and I think this is going to be a very decisive game for the both of them.
Very, very. And I think I I kind of like where CRQ is going with this draft because they are kind of forcing Nong to be onto a hero that he's not comfortable on, which means a bit of a lesser range because of the Rondo that's been toned down for the Granger. It was either the Granger of the Moskov or the Moskov, and you don't want to lean against this kind of composition with the Moskov because it's going to be very, very early, and then the Granger is the only option that they could go for here. So they have to have a good winning side. They need to focus onto the goal lane much more than usual. So that's what they want to play around with. So second game of the match, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be game number 2 coming through for the side of Crooksrookham as well as BTs. Let's see how it goes.
Well, to be fair, I also think that the Brody would have been a good option against this, composition from the side of Team Crocs Requiem. But again, Brody does rely heavily on his team to actually front line and does not actually do
Yeah.
well against backline, jumpers, divers. So I don't think that's actually, a bad decision from the side of Team BTs to not pick the Brody. Again, a Litho Wanderer getting secured by the side of Team Crocs Requiem. Again, the first Litho is always theirs, apparently.
Well, that's the only retribution he'll win, eh? But I think Brave Smite for both of the XP laners. I'm joking. I'm joking, man. Okay. That girl.
We've got the
It's all
Rhapsody.
Tanga, bro. Okay, never mind. Onto the XP lane, you can see that 2 of them have Brave Smites, right? This means that they want to stay into the team fight as long as possible, for at least very understandable, because you usually go for the Impure Rate onto an Alice, but this time around I think it's more of Julia trying to go for a bit of a sustain, and which means he want to stay into the team fight as much as possible. And they are also going to be dependent on what the set is Alice is going to be making onto the backlines with the Jonah. That is what's important right now. But onto the goal lane side, I think we see that it's a bit of a 50-50 into the lane and the Khan and the Grandeur, which I don't see much, but it might be in favor for the side of BTs into the early stages of the game. But I don't know about the late game. It can change that.
True, CAZ trying to actually make a little appearance there in the turtle fight, but he's decided on taking a back step here. All honesty, though, I believe that Crux Requiem really have more of an advantage, especially with the fact that they have a utility-based jungler. Farsa being forced to use the flicker. We've got the final slash. We've got RWM zoning down the enemies. We've got the Alice. He might actually just use the ultimate, but look at that. We've got Alice getting taken down by Lumsanga. Julia, what are you doing? Not a good position. We've got an invade now. CAZ in a tough spot. We've got Puncture going through the enemies. He gets himself the blue buff, but he's gonna lose the turtle.
Oh, he did lose out as a turtle, but this is actually good for the Lancelot here. You cannot really go for the contest and lose out. Oh, wait. That was almost scary, man. I think Ray is just trying to join away CAG again and again. I think he's got away. The Unbreakable is there. The stun is there to try to survive when he is caught in a tough positions there. But again, the start is actually good. Nico though, stun.
Oh, beautiful, but Nico's going to stay alive. We've got the Liam Ward running in with a horse, and that's going to be Stormboy flying away. The horse can't catch a bird now, can it?
It cannot. It cannot.
Only maybe bullets,
You
man.
need a bullet, man. Yeah.
Oh, but look at that, right? Defensive AOG, he's going to stay alive, but Grok, he's got another idea. We've got the ultimate for the Farsa taking down Array. And man, I'm going to be honest with you. The Feathered Airstrike is basically an artillery spell for Array to actually deal with. That's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Look at that. And we've got Arlot and, Julia trying to trade blows. 20 Kevin. He's going to get stunned. No, he doesn't get stunned, but Lancelot now gets himself a horn. But before that, 20 Kevin will get the kill onto the Farsa with that surprising, beautifully surprising final slash and flicker.
I think it's very, very commendable the fact that he's 2 levels ahead of Julia as well, because of course Julia suffered a death into the early game, so that is eventually going to be in favor for the side of 27 here. Goal ranking though is going to be 2 of Crooksrookham onto the top, because Lakat onto the cloud is able to get all of those sweets well. But hey, there might be a 2v1 situation up on top, but still I think the Granger Nong still able to survive for the airstrike just to zone away Array. Man, he stole out onto the blue buff. What? This dude, I told you, right? He's such an annoying roamer.
What is this guy on? Oh, but look at that. The flash wasn't going to connect, but it still baited out that flicker before the second turtle of the match, man. And hey, with the way Array is actually harassing for CAZ, I believe that he has no option whatsoever to actually engage in a fight. But look at that, Grok getting stunned by Arlot. I mean, Obviously, not going to get a kill. We've got the tectonic
Oh.
charge, but that's going to pull Arlot into the range of Feather Airstrike. But again, Blazing Duet
Okay.
and a Horseman. He's going to chase, but I think that's going to be bad. Granger got off in a bad position, but well, it's going to be traded off with a lot of Rhapsodies. We've got the ultimate from the Lancelot, but it's not going to lead to anything. It's a bunch of hits and misses from everyone.
okay.
Oh,
Okay,
but a
okay.
beautiful final slash, dude. That killed 2 of the enemies from the side of Team BT's. They've got 2 losses in that team fight. It extended for far too long, but in the end, the side of Team Crooks Requiem came up on top.
I want to see the build of 27 man spin solo. He's on the brace might, but he's still onto the. He's got the damage too, which means he might be building a little bit onto the Fury
Fury
Hammer
Hammer.
and then going for the Oracle again, and that is also a good amount of damage
Oh, but
already.
look at that mid lane. Oh,
Nico,
mid
it is
lane.
mates were mates, right? I think Nico overstayed the boundary. His position.
What
Look
the-
at his position.
How stupid is that, dude? You're basically inside the tower of the enemy.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Nico? Man,
mad
come
lad.
on. I gave you credit the previous game. Debbie gave you credit the previous game. Doesn't mean you go and make this kind of mistake, man.
That's our one trick Louis, by the way. he's well known for the overstayings, but
Oh.
hey, no?
What is happening, dude? 27 absolutely devastating every single place that he's actually walking in. 5-0-1, and bro has no, counters just yet. But look at that. We've got the answer for your question. But before that, a mid-tier
Oh.
fight. Nico getting taken down by Starboy Go again. Not good, dude. Nico, what are you doing? Again,
He's really excited. But Longsanga though, he might be trying to get a chase onto
Flicker?
Jet, active flickering away, Blazing Duet coming through from the card. He's gonna be getting caught to the Misaminol, able to BMI out. He's still able to survive, but the sun is coming through as well. The Sniper are coming through as well. Longsanga will be taking down Nong. He'll be trying to go for more. The final slash on the tree. Empress, there's gonna be a Monster King coming through for 27 right now. In trouble, Nong will be taken down as well. Another Sky Piercer stacks 27 still able to survive, getting a stun onto Nong as well. That is gonna be the passive coming through with the Arlot. He's still going in like a dead crooks.
Man, this guy's gonna take, Lancelot's job away. He does not have any more slashes, though. He's, not slashes, I mean dashes. He's, dashed onto an enemy that didn't have a mark. But again, he's taking Lancelot's job away from him. And he does get the kill on him, too. 27 finally getting shut down and giving more stacks to Nong. And hey, all honesty, though, I don't think whatever Crooks Requiem are doing is actually good. We've got Starboy Gogo getting taken down, but it's going to be traded off for Nong getting the kill onto our boy Nico. Again, Nico, what are you doing, bro? Stop making those kind of risky plays.
Nico, you don't have a dash, bro. But it's okay, man. It's okay because, one has to go down for one to shine, right? And who's definitely going to be signing this time around? It's going to be Nong because he got 40 stacks onto the Sky Piercer already with the Hunter Strike too. And not much of a damage coming through from the Elise, but he's still going to be there. Zulia, I think he's going to be able to sustain with the helmet that he's going to be building up eventually, but a lot of dominance eyes though. ZXT.
He's going to get caught, but he's trying to run away. He's not going to be able to. Unstoppable. We've got Nong trying to actually run away from Arla. 27 trying to get a kill on that one. But again, it's going to be Arla getting caught again, but he will slip away like a bar of soap in prison.
Oh, this is so chaotic.
It's
so chaotic, man. And now I think, like you said, right, 27 is actually taking away the life of the skills for CAG onto the Lancelot, and he's been dashing it all around. But this time around, I think giving the killing spree and the shutdown kill into the hands of never mind, Array.
Oh, Array, what are you doing, dude? Chill out. You're okay. You're fine. The passive is going to heal you up. The Revitalize is going to keep you alive. And Regen Spell is the cherry on top. Bro actually took almost no damage from that team fight.
I think so too, and that's I think it's been very, how do I say, he stole out the blue again. This is the second time, and this is not a jungler Gatot, by the way. It's a I want to know if it's a red room or a blue room because I cannot really see, not a blue, the purple one. But he's still gonna be looking onto that. What, can you see it? I don't see it. It's not red or yeah. There's no color onto the room, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the red room, right? Because he's been actively hitting onto the enemies, which means that he's gonna be able to get out the extra gold that he have. 27 though, Starboy.
27 getting that final slash in, but I guess that's going to be a bad decision. He's going to get caught off. The airstrike's going to take him
Wow.
down, but Nico's going to get the kill on Nong. We've got the Blazing Duet. No, not Blazing Duet. Sorry, I actually kind of like mistook that, but it's going to be Lakat Patatag getting the kill onto the enemy. Grok. We've got more incoming. We've got the ultimate from the Alice. He's got off position. He's going to use the flicker to run away.
Wow.
Double kill for Crux Requiem. Obviously, well, Lakat Patatag is an emotion. This guy is an absolute beast. We've got Lamsanga using the ultimate now to take down the Lord.
He's always onto the Lord, man. Whenever there's a chance to be alone, for Seku, you do not usually want to go for a 50-50 onto the Lord. Yeah, Lakat onto the top with the Claude, with the gold ranking that we have so far. Nong will be the follow-up because of the amount of shutdowns that he have. But Lakat, though, you got to be careful, man. You cannot really do that and stay in line. Yeah, he kind of did have, but it was getting blocked by 27, I presume. But this is gonna be the Lord taken down by Lomsanga. Here they have outer turrets onto the top lane coming through for BTs. They have to defend onto that, but they do have the high ground, right? With the Versa and the Granger too. Not just the Granger, the Lancelot. So they will be able to defend out here, but they need to play it very safe. 37.
Tectonic charge, 27 getting to use the flicker and escape, but the Blazing Duet is not going to be that merciful, dude. He's going to get his double kill. Lakat Patatag not stopping it, and he goes back now, but look at that. Gacha. Dude, alright, I'm kind of confused as to what you want to do there, but you did do a lot.
Okay.
We've got Lakat Patatag coming in, getting the triple kill. We might actually possibly see a Maniac, but no, the side of Team BTs are not going to actually be so kind to give them a free Maniac. But they're going to give them a free hit on the tower. That's going to be one hit from the siege minion. I don't think that's going to be much of a difference, but hey, one hit's one hit.
One hit to one hit. It's gonna be a one shot later on, but the mid lane tier 2 will be taken down again. All the base inhibitors will be what's left here. Lomsanga, though, he's being so aggressive. These dudes are trying to zone them away without the presence of the Lord yet. Oh, look at that.
Oh, no, that's not going to lead to much. Oh, I take it back. We've got right now the flicker being forced out. We've got a lot of damage coming in from Lamsanga, but it's not going to actually lead to much. We've got one loss from the side of Team BTs. There's not going to be much of a follow-up on that loss, because obviously I don't think BTs really want to lose up on any more allies. They've got right now Lamsanga knocking them down, trying to actually get a kill there, but we've got also the AOG connecting. We've got the Blazing Duet being used up. We've got the Tectonic Charge also being used up. We might actually see an end to the game. Lakat Patatag dashing away with the Battle Mirror image. But top lane, tier 3, also getting taken down, dude. No inhibitors whatsoever.
No inhibitor is going to be left around here. 27 trying to go in. There's going to be a damage coming to the Phantom Steel coming in as well. Starboy right now. They are trying to go in for more. The revitalization coming to the taunt as well. Doom able to do so much more, but they will be able to end the second game with pure dominance. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was game number 2 that you are witnessing. And that was a lot of damage already. But this time around, I think we can predict who's the MVP is going to be, right? If you are accurate or not. 27? The guy with the number?
No doubt, dude. No doubt. Why are you even asking this? At this point of the game, this guy was an absolute monster. He was a unit, and nobody can actually deny this. Bro actually had 5 kills within the first, 6 minutes in a tournament standard match. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's absolutely insane. Most people just tend to be very passive, play like I don't know, gentlemen, if that's the word to actually describe it. But not the not that I am actually saying that people don't play like it's a brawl match, but most people who actually want to play it safe, want to actually get the win, most people I say, decide on playing it like a gentleman game. They actually trade maybe a few blows, poke, and if they get an opportunity, they do take it. However, obviously, it's not actually just going to be a 5-0-1, which this guy apparently just pulled out of his pocket and he's just like, yo, this is my identity card.
That's what he is, man. Amazing onto the Arlot. It's supposedly gonna be a losing side for him against the Ellis, but he's able to win it out. Oh wow, it's gonna be Lakat actually onto the clock that is gonna be the MVP, not 27. But I think it's the accuracy of how the game goes on. Look at this dive on to Starboy. The first we were talking about, he did not really have the chance to even flicker out, and he did not have the wings by wings as well. And always a sweep. Whenever he's out of the lane, 27, he's always out there too and able to get a damage that's done. But I think most of the time the clock is being out here because he was the main damage sources. He's been able to go in Lakat. It's like he's able to dive in and he was able to get all of those blazing duet onto the bad guys most of the time and able to get the damages done and then walk away with the BMI without getting harmed. At one point of a time, I think he was also 1 HP and he did survive here. Top lane sweep and then boom boom, it's already a dead Granger.
Dude, look at this guy, man. I'm telling you, this guy actually took away whatever job or whatever, job role that Lancelot has in terms of actually, being a slippery person. He just
Yeah.
took it away. Look at this guy. This is one of the times that he got taken out. And I'm not
Mhm.
surprised. This guy is an absolute unit. But how is it Laka the Matatag that got the MVP? What
That
happened to
makes
the EXP lane supremacy, dude? Why is this behavior?
as
Mobile
an
Legends.
XP laner,
Mobile
we got a lot of
Legends.
XPs, bro. Yeah, actually true. I think it's more the damage that's coming through from Lagat that gave him the MVP because I think most of the time when when he is already out there from the lane, he got a lot of damage too, and then he was able to survive at one point as well. Wow, that's a good miss onto the horse Lomsang. I think
Man,
yeah, this fight also where oh wait man, this is like amazingly well done from CIQ. They love chaos, right?
they definitely did. And whatever happened in the previous game, absolute chaos, bro. The side of Team CRQ absolutely had an advantage, overwhelming one at that, especially with, 20 Kevin on their side. That guy didn't have any stop button and he actually abused it. And hey, look at this one.
A
It's
boost.
when, obviously Lakat Matadag just came back in, got the kill, and switched back with his battle mirror image. That's such a clean entry. Well, especially, he should probably thank Array for that one because obviously the guy knocked Farsa down a lot of HP for him to actually get the kill. So it's all well and good. I believe that it's actually kind of like Array that played very well. I see, obviously 20 Chevin actually carrying the game in a lot of ways, but also I do admit that, obviously I can see why the guy, Lakat Matadog got the MVP. It's probably because of his name. Again, the main reason why I got into casting is because, well, 2016 2016 me actually ended up saying, Lakat Matatag. You probably don't know this. It was Lakat Matatag, Normalin, Echo Slama Jama, which led to Onyx, no, not Onyx, I mean, what do you call it? Oh, Team Fnatic's victory in Dota 2's tour, like TI1, I believe. So when I saw this, because well, I didn't know where I could see the English casting. I saw this, and that's how I actually got into casting, because obviously it became like an in-game emote where you can actually just spam this, like how you say "well played" in the game. You could spam "Lakat
Wow.
Matatala" in Dota 2, dude, and this is absolutely crazy. I'm seeing some guy
I
who actually knows about this, who knows culture. So
I
big props to this guy. It's all because of the name that you got MVP. Salute to you, dude.
I mean, he's been there for a long, long time. He knows every stuff that involves MOBA. And I think one of his favorite has to be MLBB though instead of Dota, because he's been actively playing to the tournament here, especially in the Arunoday. And I think he's also the player of the match for a reason because of the damage dealt, 34%. Even though his KP is like 53% with the damage that he has, 505 is a good score if you compare, because
True.
for the clock to not be taken down at any point against the far side as well. It's amazing. And then I think most of the setups coming through from Array as well as 27 has been doing a lot of job for them too. And I think this is also the reason why he was able to get all those damages and the great openings that he have. I want to see the score of Nico though. 3-3-0. Wow, Lomsanga is actually on the old that. Oh, that is not a
My
good
God.
one. It's not gonna be the real one, man. It
To be fair, I mean,
is
they did do amazing. So big props to them, dude. CRQ really actually did it. This game, at least.
this game. CRQ have this kind of signature for them. I would say, like it's like the synergy looks out of point, but then they kind of pull this off again because they look like they play independently. And when you think they are playing independently, they are playing together again. So this is the unpredictability coming through for these teams that make it a little harder for the opponent to try to read this out too. But there's also one factor that Julia Thomas onto the Elise, which I really like the pick on, didn't work out well because he was losing under the lane against 27 onto this R again, and the rotation was much more faster from the Arlot rather than the Alice. And I think Nico also did have that chances to alt freely even with the presence of the Alice, because I have never seen a good Thorn of Ruin coming through from Julia. And maybe they need to set up better for the XP laner this time around, which kind of which is also the reason why the first star was struggling quite a lot, 373 onto the score, because he's always ganked upon, and I don't think he even have the vision on where 27 is gonna be, because of course Julia did lose out onto the lane against him.
I mean, I agree. I kind of see it, dude. All honesty, though, I believe that Grok in this game, I believe that Grok actually had the opportunity to completely turn the tides around. I think that Alice, if he paired well with Grok, I think that would have actually been a big problem for CRQ. But we didn't really see that. We only saw Alice and Grok working independently, trying to actually set up kills maybe for their own team, but independently. They were not working as a team. I see
Yeah.
a little bit of a flaw in this pattern that BTs is actually bringing to the table. It's like, CAZ doesn't really have much of an opening at most given
Mm-hmm.
times. He's not actually getting an opening to engage in a fight. He has to make one, which kind of puts him in an off position, which allows CRQ to actually take advantage of him and completely turn him, turn him into CAZ kebabs, Saz kebabs. I mean, I'm trying to
Sus
make it a
kebab.
Saskabad, man. But poor guy really has to coordinate well with his team, and I'm not seeing Brock or Alice working with him. Well, in the previous game too, I believe when he
Mm,
played Suyu, he had to actually force an entry, force a fight, and then only
yeah.
see something actually happen. But again, it's ZXD did make a few sets, which actually worked well for the side of team, PTs. But again,
Mm-hmm.
CRQ really had the upper hand in this one. They actually knew what their enemies were doing, what they actually wanted to do, and they had one of the most amazing EXP laners, 27, completely, making the enemies waste all the resources before they engage in a fight, completely turning it to their victory, man. It's just a no-brainer.
Amazingly well done. Most of the time, I can see that it's mainly the Arlot who makes the plays, and Doom is mostly the back provider, like a self peel onto those unbreakables. And I also think that there's also the wait, let's see. Okay, it's actually Sandbag is gonna be Jet XD, and of course gold permanent 800 gold for Lakat. That's actually very decent for a Claude, which doesn't really have that much of a clearance. Damage dealt is actually the Granger. Nong was able to get out the damage because he was able to get two shutdowns in a row and directly getting a Sky Piercer, 40 Sky Piercer stacked onto him as well. So I think it's very important that you know where your Granger stands when you play for the Granger. So this is also the reason why I was focused on BTs. I was telling BTs to focus more onto the gold lane, because the Claude is gonna be needing time to farm up, and they can utilize onto that. But the best thing about the Claw in this current meta is that he's have the AoE, he got the damages, he got the mobility, he got the fast farm if he have a free lane too, and he can walk away without getting scared. So the reason to answer for the best answer for a Claude, it's gonna be banning him away. Just ban away the Claude, man.
I mean, to be fair, in the end of the day, a Claude, we've seen him in both of these games, but Crux Requiem used him to the fullest. I mean, we did see it in the hands of, Nong in the previous game. Of the first game, obviously, not the previous one. The previous one, we had Lakat Matatag making sure that Claude was utilized to the fullest of his potential. And he does really take a lot of time to
Yep.
farm up. He needs at least two items. I believe that Corrosion Scythe and Golden Staff are must needed for him to actually, have that good amount of damage. Demon Hunter Sword too, but I usually tend to go for both, Corrosion Scythe and Golden Staff to actually get a big oomph in the damage early game. and then go for the Demon Hunter sword and well, yada yada yada, whatever is useful to counter the enemies. But again, I'm not very good at Claude, so it's just a situational thing that I actually do a lot of times. Again, he does take a lot of time, and you could have actually, funneled into the Granger, put him a lot of, opportunities, and then possibly gotten an advantage in the gold lane and then made him hyper carry the game, keep him safe. You've got Alice, you've got Grok. You could have done that. I believe that was the best play to go because obviously you've got CAZ who didn't really have any openings. Early game, you actually ended up losing a lot of team fights. But that only led to, CRQ completely shutting down whatever options that the side of Team PTs could actually bring to the table. So,
Actually, I think the cloud is such a great factor here for whoever is onto the blue side. It's also so prio that it can go onto the first pick as well. So the best way to handle is ban it away. I think this time around, BTs I feel like they need to have a good winning mid lane here because that has always has been a problem for them. Even though they have had a winning goal lane onto the first game, they couldn't really prioritize or capitalize onto that because they were losing onto the mid lane again and again. So BTs this time around they have the first pick yet again, so they might want to utilize onto this and pick a good mate that can win out into the lane and pair it together with a good synergized roamer that they can use so that they will be able to have the control onto the map and try to rotate onto those lanes, especially the gold lane, as fast as possible. So let's see the bench. Valentina is actually the hero that they want to take away.
well, I mean, it's reasonable. You've got now Sora getting banned off. CRQ doesn't really want Sora getting picked from the side of Team BTs. Obviously, they did play a little, passively, I think, in the EXP lane side of things. So I think BTs really have the opportunity to have a good EXP lane or maybe turn things around, but they need communication. That's something that they're lacking. However, they're leaving the Zushin open. I believe that I actually expected Zushin to be banned the first ban actually, but surprisingly nobody's actually banning her. Valentina gets banned, Yisachin gets banned, and Sora. I understand
Sora,
it, but his heroes can actually ban.
Grok, or Eve. Oh, there we go. It's gonna be the Jushin that they wanna remove. Finally. The Jushin is not gonna be played in this series, I presume. This is a match point already for CRQ, right? So they can let go just a little bit. But for BTS, they should draft the very best here. Xbox taken away. Again, I don't think CRQ played the Xbox, but never take chances. So now for Crux Coin, either they have to ban away the Grog, let it go, pick up the Khalid, and ban a completely different hero because the Kalea is still an option that they want to ban for. But then again, the Hilda too, right? The Hilda hasn't been completely into their both of their hands, so maybe they want to ignore it again. They are going for the same pattern, right? Okay, the Kalea is what they want to opt for here. BTs that they were now that they ban away the export they can't go the Baxia yet because there's still gonna be a threat for the Eve to come through. Oh wait, never mind. Yuzhong first pick. At least can
Yeah,
come through into the end of 27 though.
I mean, dude, with the way he's playing, I think any hero in his hands is going to be a dangerous threat for the side of Team BTs. No, never mind Yuzong. I believe that Yuzong might actually be a threat for Crux Requiem, but well, with the way things have been going tonight, I believe that Yuzong might actually just turn into a big lizard in the sky.
A dragon or a legion. We'll find out in the game,
Mhm.
man. Okay, so
Find
do
out
you
on
want
the
to make it a
next
dragon?
episode of Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it's a
I heard
dragon.
that coming. I heard that coming. I heard that coming. Well, now the Yuzong's picked. The Eve will be very, very vulnerable. So let go. Claude and the Grog. Definitely a W coming through from Lakat as well as a Ray. Both of the comforts, I presume. So now it will be very bad for an Eve to come through for BT. So they can't pay the Eve anymore because of the Claude. So they still pick the
They still pick
Eve
it.
against the Claude.
Oh, there's a Cal.
Uh, there's a Minos, there's a self peel and an initiator and a disengager as well. So these two, they should always stick together now, right?
Okay, we've got Mr. Dragon, we've got Mrs. Space Lady, we've got Mr. Cow, we've got Mr. Monkey
Finally.
Boy, we've got Mr. Rockman, we've got Flying Murder Machine. So yeah,
Murder machine.
I think we're all set for the first picking phase. Let's just go
Yeah.
to the banning phase, man, at this point.
I think Lomsanga kind of hates me, bro. I was like, this dude will be onto the Fanny for 2 games in a row. I've already said, and he picked out the Leomord. And now that I did not expect the Leomord, the Fanny, he's already picking it for the third one. Of course, I do understand. There's no lockdown coming through for the side of BTs here because they have a Mino and a Yu Jong. That's not a direct lockdown for the Fanny. It's going to be a free farming Fanny, and I'm really scared for the Eve right now. He's definitely gonna be suffering quite a lot. Starboy, can he pull off something like the Kimi again? Because there's already 2 dive. The Claude and the Kimi, the Claude and the Fanny will be
What do you
always
mean?
on to him too.
What do you mean Starboy with a Kimmy? Dude, the guy has he's picked a Yve. They've got a Yve already.
No. I mean, like if he could pull off the way he played the Kimi right in that first game, he was so good on that.
I mean, I kind of understand, but again, like you mentioned, there's no
He can't.
hard crowd control for this Fanny. We've got
Mhm.
bans coming in. We've got the Brethren. I don't know why. It's kind of like a soft counter. I agree, but like for Claude and not the Fanny. But again,
Wow.
I don't understand it. But again, we've got next to the bans, we've got 20 Chevins, Lapu
Kevin.
Lapu and Arlot getting banned off. Trying to
Wow.
take down 27, 20 Chevins, effectiveness in this game. I see. Be teased. That's a smart decision.
He can actually Esmeralda here, but it's gonna be very risky into the lane. So why not go for the Elise? No, he can go for the Elise too, but he have a lot of options. Uranus is one of his choices to go for. Oh my goodness! That is a Nico special, by the way, for CRQ. That is gonna be the Kadita onto the hands of Mr. Nico. That's a direct counter for the Eve as well. Look at the last pick. Lucas and Granger again. No Moskov or
Valentina,
whatsoever.
Valentina
Yeah.
EXP. Go Valentina EXP, dude. This is actually the
Oh,
best case
good.
scenario.
Valentina is banned. They can't.
Oh,
So,
damn
first
it.
ban.
Damn
So
it.
it's under the hands of 27. What can he go for here?
Well, I mean,
At least
the
there we
obvious,
go. I
the
wanted
obvious
it at
option.
least against the Yuzhong, right?
Look at that. Pick 1% one time, win rate 0. That's actually horrendous. But hey, talking about that,
Uh,
the Fanny does not really have any hard counters. You could think of Minotaur, and the knockout that he actually provides as a good counter to Fanny, but no, it actually doesn't stop her midway during flight. And well, there's no hard well, it was a good decision for the side of team, Crux Requiem for going the Fanny in the first picking phase because they've picked the EXP laner, they've picked the mage, and they've also picked the roamer. So all of the heroes that actually have dedicated stuns have been picked. So they actually just gave away a free Fanny option to the side of team CRQ. So I think that was actually kind of silly, but again, it's all right. It's whatever they want to actually see in the game. If at all CAZ can actually, stun Fanny, keep him in place for a while, I think that's going to be a free kill for him. But like that, we're in the land of Dawn, or maybe, or possibly CRQ's final match. Unless, of course, BTs were teasing us all this time, and they make a comeback. Find out on the next episode of Arunoday Esports Championships.
this is the next episode that we are having right that early stomped onto Lomsanga here. He is able to get a blue buff, trying to jump in and out. Sees CAG might eventually be getting knocked out by Nico as well. That is the Kadita we are talking about together with the Grok. Their map pressure is definitely going to be out there, and the Year will not be having the best time of his life. And look at this dude, man. He always does this. It's so annoying. The Grok always giving out visions for the other opponent jungle, which means that Lomsanga will be able to have a good farm, and because he knows the positioning and the passing of CAP. Look at him. It's gonna be he's just joining 3 people away from here, and I don't think he'll be able to do anything
Forget
though.
that. Forget that. The buff is confused. The Molten Fiend is confused. He's just like, where do
Yeah.
I go from here?
Where do I
He's like
go?
me.
Yeah.
He's like me on a random Friday afternoon, dude. Where do I go from here?
Alright. is so lost, and I think he just found his back in his home, which means the delay is quite big here. I don't think there will be even a presence coming through, because right now, Are, he's still holding on to the
Oh,
flicker too, right? And if they engage onto him, he will still be okay. Jet. You got to be careful because early game Minotaur is very squishy still, and he does have the concussive blast, so that's yeah, he's gonna be still squishy. But the turtle is already up. Fanny will be the star of the turtle. Julia, though, he already had the level 4, so can they contest this, though?
they can, but not without Zed and Julia giving the vision. I don't think they're actually possible.
Oh.
A possible option for them to actually engage there because everyone from the side of Team CRQ was zoning them out. Beautifully placed, beautifully timed, and I think CRQ have the opportunity to steal or maybe an invade, but I don't think nobody's following Array. We've got the Flicker being forced out. We've got no ultimate. The Tectonic Charge is still not available for the side of Team CRQ to be using just yet, so I think it's actually a good decision for him to use the Flicker and walk away. But he could have been avoided if he actually didn't go into the enemy jungle. But look at that, Fanny swooping in with the steel cables, does not get the tornado slash, so he decides to walk back.
That was actually amazing read coming through from Nong right there. He knows that he's going to prime target though, Array. Oh, hey, tech charge!
What is that Tectonic Charge? What is that? What is that TC, dude? Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's Doom. He's the doomed of his team. No tech charge for the team right now, but they Lomsanga though trying to jump in on the Starboy, getting knocked away. Still unable to get any kill SFN, right? Because until the first 3 minutes of the game, you already tried to go for the kills, right? He's still unable to get anything out there, just trying to test out the waters here. But onto the other side though, the golden is a free farm from Lakan Matatak. He is still not dead, right? Then there's zero pressure coming through from him because of just the presence of Array around the river pathing. He's just out there, which made it very difficult for BTs to gang onto the gold lane.
I mean, this guy's, he's strolling them at this point. He's just getting vision. But look at that. We've got the rough waves. We've got the petrify. First blood for the side of Team CRQ. We've got Kadita getting taken down too. With two mages. Were very off position for absolutely no reason. They were taken down. But look at that. Lucas trying to actually do something. He gets the kill on Array, who has been harassing him since the early game. That's not a good decision to actually do, make when the second turtle of the game has just spawned in. 20 Chevin trying to look in and get some vision on the enemies. Uses his first skill. Is it still called the Blood Oath? I'm not really sure, but he is in, tough waters. He's getting caught by the Minotaur, the Petrify from the Yuzong. We've got the ultimate from the Lucas coming up. No, it's not there anymore. 20 Tevin using his first skill again to run away, but ZXD is gonna get taken down like Jet XD, the channel that was there once before.
It was, it's annihilated, man, at this point. So they don't really have, Nico. Something I kind of wonder about this dude is that he usually go for those blood wings under the first build. It's not the genius one, not the lightning, or either the glowing one as well. He goes for the blood wings too. That is an extra amount of seal that he's gonna be having, and I don't think he have that much of a damage though. But I think Flicker already baited away from Nong here, so no Flicker for the Granger, but a rough wave. It's just for defensive.
Oh, Tectonic Charge! We've got the Minnow Wind Fury knocking up two people, but then again, Kadita's gonna run away. We've got the Battle Mirror Image and Purify keeping him alive. Claude running away, but the ultimate from the Lucas, the Tail Beast Bomb. We've got the ultimate from the Alice too, and the Blazing Duet taking down Lucas, but it's gonna be Array that's getting a kill. 27 also goes down, giving one more stack to Nong. Sky Piercer.
That is a very weird layering of crowd controls that we can see so far. This might eventually be it's too chaotic, man. At this point there's no, like, how do I say, perfect synergy coming through from the side of Skykill. One wasted out the tech chance, and then they kind of they were very indecisive onto the team fight. But then again, gold ranking still will be onto the hands of Lakad. That is a free farming club we are talking about against a Granger who is always going to be getting pressurized most of the time. Yeah, I think he was the one who bought the Sky Piercer very early on, but he did not yet. Okay, still looking onto the gold. That is very bad for a Granger, and still for the Lucas as well. He doesn't have any items so far.
What do you mean doesn't have any item? What is that? But not getting taken down again, man. No. No shot. Alice getting the kill on Nong, and now they're forcing bot lane. I think 27 is actually trying to get more. He's gonna get the help from Nico actually to secure their kills, not our kills, because obviously we're
Their
not at
kills.
CRQ.
Mhm.
Their kills, and now bot lane's gonna
Yeah.
get pressured with Array setting up for maybe a possible gank or ambush onto Nong if he actually decides on coming. No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I think this guy is eventually gonna be suffering quite a lot with the Granger here. This is also a very good dive coming through from Quicksilver. Most of the time against a Granger, you wanna go for the full dive, and they have the Claude, they have Array, they have Lomsanga onto the Fanny, they also have Nico onto the Kadita. That is a full diving composition that we are talking about, and he cannot really have a free hit. And this is the problem of the Granger now. The range of the Rondo is not enough to take anyone
Oh.
down, but look at that cash. I think he have to walk away. No passive for 27 though.
Kurama takes in the spotlight. He's going to do a lot of damage. He comes the Minoan and Fury catching one person. Lomsanga in the sidelines. He's able to get the retribution on the turtle, getting the kill.
Oh.
27 getting the kill onto Yves, and we've got right now Fanny swooping in with steel cables, getting the kill onto the enemy marksman. Also, the hyper gets taken down too by 27 because 27 is very irritating. He's a very irritating Frenchman because this guy does not know when to stop. Anyways, we got ZXD getting caught off guard inside the tower, but that tower is not going to be there anymore because that tower is going to get taken down. CRQ putting the pressure one by one.
There's also they might be trying to go in for more again against Julia. But I think it's definitely gonna be a lack of damage coming through for the side of BTS that's not making them get any kills. Skypiercer already built away by Nong, and I don't think he have the stacks yet. But he's gonna be dependent on just that. But Star by Gogo taken down by Nico with just a rough wave. That's a drowning.
And we've got the Kurama coming out again, but Blazing Duet and Tectonic Charge. Oh, it's going to get immuned. Array's going to get taken down. Reverse attack. And we've got Fanny trying to run away for his life. Claude, too, he's trying to run away, but Fanny is coming back to do something, but I don't think that's actually going to do much. We've got Minotaur healing his teammates up. He's like, here, have some milk, guys. We need you guys to stay healthy. Good decision. But the ultimate for the Alice, we've got the rough waves taking down Julia Thomas. Too bad, so sad. Fanny now swooping in. He's trying to actually get the steel cables connected onto the enemies so he can actually push down the bot tier 3, tier 2, and put the pressure on the bot tier 3. But again, what is Lucas doing?
He's just trying to go for a little bit of a macro play because that is the only thing that he have. When he doesn't have the beast form, he's basically gonna be useless for the team. So that's exactly what's happening right now. But then again, a gold ranking still for the side of CRQ. They are all up ahead. Everyone is up ahead of Nong now, which means the Granger is a poor dude here. He's not gonna be having any items on his kit. Just the Sky Piercer together with the Hunter Strike, it's not gonna be enough damage. He's gonna be needing the penetration as well. If he wants to burst out, he's gonna be needing the NT heal too. But right now, Nico though giving out a lot of reason with the Kadita, the presence of the Kadita, man. This is what happens. But the Lord is already taken. Array though. What? He did not waste anything here, so it's okay.
Look at that, dude. ZXD getting knocked up again and again. This is absolutely horrible. CSE off position. He's now got himself his team all of a sudden. Everyone just spawned in like the power of friendship matters. Oh, look at that beautiful stun from the Minotaur, knocking up Fanny. And okay, but I shouldn't have said that. Mid-air Fanny is gonna get pushed up in even more into the air. But look at that. Lakat Matata getting taken down. No, possibly not. It's gonna be Yves that's gonna get taken down instead. The big lizard in the air. He's not gonna actually. He's tickling the enemies. He's tickling the enemies. He's doing something. Julia Thomas is going to run away from the enemies because, well, we tried to tickle them, it didn't work.
When you are in the position of a Yuzhong, you don't want to be behind against everything, right? You don't want to see yourself playing very passive. You want to be the one aggressor. You want to be that aggressor and going in onto the backlines, getting the petrify done, getting all the combos right, and get the star residues, and eventually, luckily, get a kill or two onto the backlines. But he can't do that at this point because he's so behind. He did not even have the War X yet. That means he's gonna be lacking out onto the economy too, right? No first item, and for Lakat, he's already onto the Swift Trinity to Nong. Oh my god, Nico though, knockout.
Oh, Nico gets knocked up and gets shut down by Julia Thomas. We've got the Tectonic Charge catching 3 people, and 2 of them are gonna be absolutely stoked right now because 2 of them are down. We've got the third one also getting taken down, but Julia, Lumsunga swiftly uses the steel cables to run away from that. It's gonna be CAZ against the world, except that Nico is getting taken down too. Oh, the flicker of Alice! Oh, it's absolutely beautiful, forcing CAZ to go back into the base and stay there. He is not gonna have an opportunity to defend the base because that is an absolute crazy ending to the game. Not gonna lie, dude, that's a 3-0 clean sweep.
Clean sweep coming through from CRQ. That means that they are the one who's going to be qualified for the LAN event. I think this is definitely going to be 3 or 4 times that 27 is in the LAN event. But yeah, targeting onto the guy. But hey, this time around, I think CIQ is very, very comfortable on what they were playing. They are so smooth with it. At one point, the layering of the crowd control or the ultimates weren't up to par or which what we wanted to see, but they were able to come back to it. They kind of have a good synergy going on up to the very end, and then we go. They won the chaos. They are gonna be getting the chaos, and I think BTS aren't ready for that. They do have, they were kind of locked down to play the Granger again and again because the Granger doesn't really have that kind of mobility that the Cloud have, and he's always gonna be dived upon. They have 4 dive composition if you count the at least on 27. They have the rough wave, they have the Fanny, they have the Grok who's always coming through from the backlines also at the time, and Eclot as well. That is a dive marksman we are talking about, and that is a very, very bad position for a Granger to be in. I don't think it's his fault anyway, right? It's just that too much damage coming through from CRQ already.
This was kind of anticlimactic if I'm thinking about it. I just felt like, I've been cheated out of some exciting match. But again,
Uh,
BTs really did play good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Micro-wise, they had good, individual skills, but overall they did lack a lot in terms of actually having the individual skill pair up together to make a good team play. It didn't actually happen. Because every time you think about it, you can only remember CRQ's amazing moments. Like, look at this, dude. They always had good moments, but the side of Team BT's overall in the past 3 matches, look at that, dude.
uh,
Poor guy. The Molten Field is just confused. It's like, bro, where do I go? What is this? I've never
Where's my
seen
home?
this. Exactly.
He's,
Where did I come out of?
he kind of
Yeah,
homeless, man. He's kind of
poor
homeless at
guy.
that point.
Poor guy. This is exactly what Donald Trump was trying to do, build a wall and get people out of
Wow.
their homes. I shouldn't have said that. Forgive me, but look at that beautiful play from the
Mm-mm.
Minotaur.
We
Uh,
did that part out, so let's go. That's a a full on dive here. There's also the presence of the Kadita that always make it harder for the Eve to play around with because he always gonna be very careful of where the positioning is gonna be for him. And he's the first. Every boost is a dangerous boost. It's like a landmine being planted upon that. And whenever he walks in there, he's always gonna be drowned, right? And there we go. I think we also have our MVP here, 27. I think he's doing so well onto the alley. He's able to win out to the lane, able to drive into the backlines most of the time. The Storm Arrow is always getting popped onto 3 or 4 members, getting all those stuns with the flicker as well. The surprise plays that he always do right here as well, getting a kill onto Starboy too, onto the Eve. That is a very immobile mage. He can't really do anything without the flicker, even if he built out onto the Winter Truncheon. There's a lot of Winter Crown, by the way. There's a lot of dive that always coming through from the side of CIQ that makes it harder for him to even cast the ult in a very, very proper manner.
I completely agree with you, dude. In the end of the day, the side of Team CRQ had the Grok. Yeah, I was actually kind of half expecting, a possible, Fanny Grok combo when Fanny would just Grok would just pull up a wall and then, Earthen Rampart and then Fanny would just spam steel cables. I actually was half expecting that. It didn't happen, but well, it is what it is. But hey, finally we get to see 27 getting the MVP of the match. Most valuable player for a reason, dude. This guy, it was not stopped by nobody. He didn't take no for an answer. And he always was the front line for his team.
Nobody ain't gonna stop me. That's what the motto is gonna be for this dude. Anyway, he have a lot of heroes in his pool, right? That's also one of the factors that it was a very, very, it's very hard to draft against this guy. You ban out the Lapu Lapu, you ban out the Arlot, he's gonna pull out the Elise. And if you ban out the Elise as well, he's gonna be pulling out his Uranus too. That's a lot of options he already have onto the table. And there's also the four ways that can come true as well for him. He have a lot of heroes that he can play onto the XP laner side. That's also very good into their composition as well. The Elise was the best option that they could go for against the Yuzhong. So I was kind of surprised that BT's banned away the Lapu Lapu and the Arlot. The Arlot is gonna be losing out onto the lane against the Yuzhong. They should have banned away the allies rather than the Yuzhong, but they can't. I think they thought a little too much about the Arlet that they don't want to deal with it anymore. The items, though, like I always say, Nico will be building up that first wheel onto the Blood Wings again. That's a bit of a sustain that he have, and he's gonna be following up with the Genius one, which is what I really liked. But 27 though, I think he did not go for the standard at least build. He's going for those Yuzong kind of build without the War X.
Well, I mean, you could technically say, I don't know, man. I think that build is kind of like, it's kind of
Becky?
questionable, but no, it's tacky. Yeah, that's the word. It's tacky. But again, in the end of the day, it works. It worked for him, so yeah. But one thing that I want to actually talk about is that he has an extensive pool, like Debbie said. But the biggest question is, can he play Argus?
He plays the Joy XP. I've never seen him on the Argus. We can request him to play the Argus and hit it out. And can you play the Argus in the LAN tournament?
Well,
What if he say yes? What if he say yes?
Well, he's probably gonna laugh. If not, I'm going to be overjoyed. I would actually be a 27 fan. Or you can write it down if he plays the Argus in the LAN. I'm not gonna lie, this guy, I'm gonna be, a fan of him. Just say, if it's a
Oh,
possibility.
I'm already a fan of him, right? Because of the nonchalant stuff that he pull off with the XP laners that he's playing. I'm joking. But then anyway, I think we had a little bit too much on the 27 that we completely forgot that the supposed star of the match, I think it was also Lagat who couldn't die. These dude can't die because the lineup is actually always in favor of a Claude. BTS does not play the assassins right against a Claude, so they cannot really have an answer to the Claude again and again because they have the Lucas here, and there's no one who can dive into the backlines. It is actually him who usually dived in, and he cannot die as well. That is also the reason why he got a lot of damages as well, and he got the economy onto his hands, and he have the items already built out time and again, and of course Doom array onto the Grog man. This is also why I was quite mentioning quite a lot that you don't give all those annoying roamers into the hands of Doom like the Grog, the Cho and the Khaleeds, right? He always usually do this. If he does it onto the Gatot, he will do it with these two, and he was such a nuisance onto this hero as well.
I can agree. But again, look, I was kind of half expecting, okay, again, half expecting that Minotaur was going to be able to counter the Claude, but uh, BTs were really using up so many resources just to catch maybe one person. Like you notice that during the highlights, they were showing when, Minotaur used the ultimate, the Minoan Fury, and also,
Yeah,
Tail Beast
beast
form
form.
for
Mm,
Beast form for Lucas. Both of them actually used their ultimates to just catch the Kadita, who already used her ultimate and didn't really
yeah,
have the necessary spells to, dash away because obviously there's like a 4 second delay after you use the ultimate to come out of it. You could have taken her down if you had good crowd control and timing, but you ended up wasting those spells. But you did get the kill on Array though, who was off position. But that is just what it is. You guys were trying to put too much effort into catching one or maybe two people. It didn't actually
yep.
add up. Head to
Mm,
head MVP. Look at that dude. Minotaur getting the MVP. No surprise. This guy actually tanked a lot of damage. He did put up a lot of stats. But hey, it is what it is, man. A lot of resources were used up continuously to catch maybe one or two people. The bigger picture was not being seen. And that probably, I'm not saying that it is the reason, probably is the reason why
mm.
they actually ended up losing.
This is also why I hate the revitalize onto the Minotaur. There's no surprises coming through from you. You are so dependent onto your XP lane, and when your XP lane doesn't go for the setups, you are completely a useless cow. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, I said that he's a cow anyway. So at least he's a
He's a
vampire. Yeah.
bull. No, I mean it's a bull. If you want
A
to
bull.
call him,
Okay, bull.
if you want to call him by
Wow,
the animal name, you call him a bull because bro
a
is a
bull.
bull.
That's right. Okay. Anyway, without the bull though, I think the sandbag is actually a 27 again. What a coincidence, huh? And he got the total assist of 8 again. That's a lot of that. Rich guy this time around. Oh no, this time it's still Bigam Lakat onto the Claude. He has 700 gold per minute, which was lesser than the previous one. But then again, onto the other side,
Hey,
the carry is actually Julia onto the Yuzhong. Huh.
huh.
y-
Color me surprised.
That's
I thought he was a flying lizard,
yeah.
but I actually am wrong. Hey, I apologize for this,
Hmm.
Julia, but well done, bro. You did a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is power of Yuzhong. Imagine he had the first item on time, he could have turned the tide around, but they couldn't really do that because the presence of a 27 all across the place is kind of creating a lot of momentum for the side of CRQ, and BTs cannot really come through with any fight that they were making. Everything that they have done has been done in favor for the side of Cookstracam. They are always the one going for the replies rather than the sets, and that's very bad for a hero like the Yuzhong. The dragon is more uh, favorable when you are onto the aggression side. So a losing lane with the dragon with the Yuzhong is definitely not a good game for the team, and we can see it how BT's was taken down. So that's a good series that we have a CRQ crumpling here and there. But I think they really had it in there to try to win it out. There's a clean sweep, very clean, by the way. So amazingly well done.
Oh, dude. Hey, they did good. BTs really have to step up in certain aspects of the game, but overall, I believe that they actually have good micro. Macro wise, I think
Mm.
your communication could actually, get some work done, but that's about it. They actually did what they could. And I did enjoy the few matches that actually happened just now, but I wish it could have been actually more exciting, Just a little wish
Pretty
that
much
I
of a
had.
storm, right? Yeah. Okay, we might have more into the next rounds right there because, ladies and gentlemen, I know you loved the games here right now. I think you do, right? Yeah, they do. Because this is Arunoday Esports Championship that you are watching the best of 5 series ending with a clean sweep and Kirksukrim. The first team to be able to qualify for the LAN. Yes, you're going to be seeing these people into an offline tournament. This is from the Arunachal qualifiers, by the way, not the open one. So look out for the next rounds that's going to be happening onto the coming days. But for now, we will be signing off and we will be coming back again tomorrow.
एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार, लोकल शोज का भरमार, टीवी चैनल्स भी
रेडी एवरीवन
है तैयार।
Entertainment जोरदार, are you तैयार?
मेरे स्मार्ट टीवी में तो ये सब नहीं।
ये सिर्फ स्मार्ट नहीं, एक्सट्रीमली स्मार्ट टीवी बन गया है। सुपर फास्ट वाईफाई अनलिमिटेड एंटरटेनमेंट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर। सुपर फास्ट एयरटेल एक्सट्रीम फाइबर आपके नए स्मार्ट टीवी को देगा
एंटरटेनमेंट जोरदार, नेटफ्लिक्स के सारे स्टार्स, Amazon प्राइम वीडियो मजेदार।